Stop that abs. Oh my God, I cannot believe how dare you. Oh, I'm having quite the sweetie time today, my lovelies. Hello, welcome. That's not how I start a video, is it? Hello, beautifuls. Welcome back to my Chanel. And welcome to a very special episode today, because if you all saw the decorating scents episode,
tuberculosis,
and if you peruse the comments, you will see people saying, Luxeria, you simply must have to react to medication adverts from the US. And you know what? I'm going to take one for the team here, and we're going to do that today, my lovelies. This could be the worst flop my Chanel has ever seen. I have no idea how to title it, except perhaps like, this will kill you.
Deeply offensive.
I don't think YouTube will be so happy about that title. Maybe I will be flagged for adult content after all.
nothing beats it. Grinder holiday.
Well, my loves, I don't really know how else to introduce this, except we are going to watch a selection of adverts, commercials if you like, that are between 20 and 10 years old. So make sure you're sitting down comfortably, grab yourself a beverage. Today I am on the energy because I require it. Oh, yes! Pop your little hanger right up the advert hole and let's watch some of this. Whatever this is, daytime tweed and a wig on a bin. So first up, we have an Ambien CR commercial. Isn't Ambien the one that, wasn't it that one that hideous woman, what's she called? The one who did Roseanne. She took it and then went on a racist tirade on Twitter and then was like, my gender, get a job!
What is my gender? Your gender is get a job. That's your gender.
Honestly, that's piss.
As always happens to these people who go down that pipeline, their brain rots. And not in the funny ballerina cappuccino kind of way. Oh, a lovely day for night shot. Photographer who?
When morning comes in the middle of the night, it affects your entire day.
I'm sorry. A rooster in your boudoir? Some might also know that as a cock in bed. It's actually too quiet. Mummy louder, mummy louder. Right, so we've got a cockerel in the boudoir. Oh dear, rotisserie could never.
To get a good night's sleep, try 2-layer Ambien CR. The first layer dissolves quickly to help you fall asleep. And unlike other sleep aids, a second dissolves slowly to help you stay asleep.
Oh, how delightful. Maybe I'll do this and start driving.
Sleepwalking and eating or driving while not fully awake with memory loss for the event, as well as abnormal behaviors such as being more outgoing or aggressive than normal, confusion, agitation, and hallucinations may occur. Don't take it with alcohol.
Sounds like a night out in Soho. So if you want to go to sleep on Ambien, you can also be highly aggressive, more outgoing, hallucinate a giant cockerel in your bed, perhaps even hallucinate you are the cockerel going down the road. I hope that cockerel doesn't decide to drive on Ambien. A DUI or a CUI. Cock under influence? No. Although we've all had one of them, haven't we? You are gay! What is my life? What is this?
The ramblings of a genetic mutant on
tuberculosis,
and hallucinations may occur. Don't take it with alcohol as it may increase these behaviors. Allergic reactions such as shortness of breath, swelling of your tongue or throat may occur and in rare cases may be fatal. Side effects may include next day drowsiness, dizziness, and headache. In patients with depression, worsening of depression including risk of suicide may occur. If you experience any of these behaviors or reactions, contact your doctor immediately.
It has some risk of dependency. It's non-narcotic. I don't think that's true. Non-narcotic. Is it not a narcotic? It sounds like it is. Hallucinations, outgoing. Honestly, it sounds like, as Rolly would say, having a bottle of Ket.
Wake up ready for your day. Ask your healthcare provider for 2-layer Ambien CR.
Okay. Oh, what's next? Celebrex. Okay, we need to talk about Ambien. We need to talk about Ambien. Okay, so first of all, am I to understand that Ambien is like a Xanax? It's like a what do you call it? Like a benzodiazepine designed to help you go to sleep, have a lovely sleeping pill. It's a sleeping pill, right? So the issue that I have with sleeping pills, as someone who previously did, in fact, take 1 or 2 in their lifetime. Oh, hello, depression. It can make you feel a little bit like floaty and strange, and I have no idea why you would even need to suggest to someone not to get behind the wheel of a car whilst you're feeling like this. Hallucinating cockerels, you think, I must drive the children to school.
Beep, beep, out of my way. I am a motorist. The children, they yearn for Ambien, Mum.
Anyway, so now we have Celebrex. Do you know, the one thing I did love about pharmaceuticals and the pharmaceutical industry, God, what a problematic way to start a sentence. I love all of their, like, names of medication sound exactly like what I would name my character in World of Warcraft. My Blood Elf Mage was called Myonex, and my Blood Elf Warlock was called Venoxia. Even my name has an X in it. I love too many X's. Love it. Right. Celebrex.
When it comes to relieving arthritis pain, you may think some prescription NSAID pain relievers like ibuprofen and naproxen don't have any cardiovascular risks.
Hello!
But based on
very Expedition 33.
clear. And if you look closer, the FDA requires all these NSAID pain relievers, including Celebrex, to have the same cardiovascular warning.
Lovely, right, okay, what a way to start the day. It's like, just in case you're wondering about taking this medication, we have had to tell you your heart might disappear.
Any prescription
it's a cup of
NSAID,
tea.
including Celebrex, may increase the chance of heart attack or stroke, which can lead to death.
I love the fact it's advertised in Golf magazine.
Heart disease or risk factors for
They
it,
know their
such as
market.
high blood pressure or when NSAIDs are taken for long periods. All NSAIDs, including Celebrex, also increase the chance of serious skin reactions or stomach and intestine problems.
Is this this isn't making me go, I must try some.
Death. With
Death.
any of these medicines, patients also taking aspirin and the elderly are at increased risk for stomach bleeding and ulcers. While all NSAIDs have
Something to do on a Friday night.
all treat arthritis pain.
Right.
But since individual results may vary, having options is important. An NSAID like Celebrex may be one option. In fact, prescription Celebrex has never been taken off the market.
Oh,
Based
that's
on
good.
available data,
That's
the
right. Yes,
FDA
lovely.
stated
That
for
is,
certain
yeah.
patients,
Birds.
Celebrex's benefits outweigh the risks. But only you and your doctor can
Well,
make that decision.
if you die from it, that didn't really outweigh the
Let's
risk.
dive deeper. In clinical
Deeper.
studies, a lower percentage of patients on Celebrex reported indigestion, abdominal pain, and nausea versus prescription ibuprofen and naproxen. Celebrex can be used with low-dose aspirin. Other prescription NSAIDs aren't generally recommended with aspirin.
Yeah, like why would you?
Celebrex relieves arthritis
I'm
pain,
sure double
stiffness,
dosing
and
on
inflammation.
painkillers is
Just
not
one
the correct.
200 milligram dose provides.
This is a
24-hour
long
relief.
advert. Where would this have been? Lots of biking.
Do not-
Nothing says problematic cardiovascular health like being on a bicycle with your dog in the middle of nowhere.
Or have had allergic reactions to aspirin or sulfonamides.
Sulfonamides. Oh dear. The sulfon dynasty.
And tell
Oh,
your
it's
doctor if you had
snowing.
kidney or liver problems.
Tell your doctor about kidneys.
For many with arthritis pain, not treating is not an option. Talk to your doctor about Celebrex and see what's right for you. Understand the risks, see the benefits.
Celebrex. Oh, celecoxib capsules. Okay. Ask your doctor. So, the one thing I have to point out that is absolutely bonkers to me. So, in the UK, where I grew up for nearly all of my life, apart from the last year, in which I have, well, it's not a year yet, it's like 9 months that I've lived in Spain, you do not have, like, televised medication adverts in the UK, except for maybe things that are a bit more, like, holistic, a bit sort of like, you can pick up over the counter. So, that's like your Nurofen, your, like, special dietary probiotic yogurts, like these sorts of things. Prescription medication is not ever broadcast on public television in the UK. They even say here, go and ask your doctor about this medication. In the UK, this would be seen as, I think it's called, is it called drug seeking? Medication seeking? It's called something. When you go to your GP and you're like, I'd really like to try this drug. They can't just go, okay. That's absolutely not what happens. Now, I know that some of the diseases that we're going to be talking about today, some of the diseases, illnesses, conditions, syndromes, symptoms, are going to be serious. But I do not understand how one could take away from this is a good idea for you. I feel like most of these adverts are just like frighten old people at home, frighten old people in golf magazines, frighten old people on bikes, frighten old people with their dogs.
Come on, everybody, let's frighten some old people.
I can't believe I've just said that sentence. How ironic. If the Daily Mail takes that out of context, you can just see the headlines, can't you? Tranny frightening old women! Oh, God, the energy today, my lovelies, the energy to douage. Now, as I'm to understand, Arthritis is not an illness that I have studied in my scientific career. Hello, if you do not know me, my name is Luxeria. I am a scientist as well as a makeup artist. I know, weird collaboration. I never studied arthritis, but I know from the generic information that I have available to me that it is the breakdown of the connective tissue between joints. Is it connective tissue? I'm sure it is connective tissue because it leaves you feeling like you can't control your extremities, and obviously it can happen anywhere in the body. Before the absolute breakdown of that connective tissue, it is categorized by swelling, by pulsating feelings, by like inability, I guess you call it like stiffness, like your limbs and things feel stiff, your joints feel stiff, and that eventually, without treatment, not in every case, but in some cases leads to complete breakdown of the connective tissue between those two joints. Now, I'm not a doctor, my lovelies. Don't come asking me for medication. You shan't get it. Naughty. As far as I understand, this class of medication is for the treatment of the symptom of the breakdown. Am I correct in saying that? I think I might be. It doesn't completely stop the breakdown, but it slows the breakdown down that you can have like an increased quality of life for a longer amount of time. Is that right? Like the therapeutic index is all about that. Not therapeutic index, what's it called? Pharmacodynamics. Pharmacodynamics of the drug, is that what it's called? The pharmacodynamics? It's been a few years. Right, what do we have next?
Oh, hey.
Oh!
Hi, I'm Digger. Don't mind me, I'm just a dermatophyte. You know, a nail infection. All I want is to get in here and live under your nose.
Stop that abs. Oh my God, I cannot believe how dare you sully my vision with it. Do you know, I'm actually... Why? Why was this a good idea? When is this from? Lamisil, it's alive, 2003. There are so many other ways you could have shown this instead of like a little gremlin climbing underneath your toenails. My God, if that's not the most horrific thing I've ever seen. No! I don't know if I can even watch it. Oh God, rotting feet, rotting toenails, things climbing in. Absolutely not. God, it's like body horror, body snatching, body oil.
Can't get me with clippers or the surface treatment.
I can't even hear what he's saying. I'm so repulsed.
Nail bed. I'll make myself comfortable. Invite a few friends. Settle in.
Do you have thick, discolored, or flaky nails?
That could possibly be the best horror film of 2003. Jail for my mother!
It may be caused by an active live infection. That's why you should ask your doctor about prescription-only Lamisil. Unlike surface treatments, Lamisil is a pill that works through the bloodstream to target and attack the infection at its source, underneath the nail. In fact, you can start to see clearer, healthier nails in just 3 months. Lamisil isn't for people with liver or kidney problems. In rare cases, serious side effects in the liver or serious skin reactions have occurred, so your doctor may do a simple blood test. Other side effects including headache, diarrhea, indigestion, and rash were generally mild. Ask your doctor about Lamisil. Once daily Lamisil tablets. Get your nail infection where it grows.
Ooh, she loves the slogan. I need to pause because I have to talk about that. So, those are the sorts of medications that when you're fighting a long-term viral infection, it's very different to a bacterial infection that can be treated with antibiotics. Usually, not always, but usually, if you have a common infection with a bacteria, you'll be put on something like penicillin, amoxicillin, maybe something from that group of drugs. And you generally have to take the full course, and the full course is usually up to 2 weeks. I misspoke earlier. With fungal infections, the method of treating them is a lot more complicated because fungus is kind of alive, and it's kind of hard to explain this because it's mold. It's a mold spore of some sort, so it depending on the kind of fungal infection you have, they generally take a long time to get rid of. And we're talking months. We're talking like minimum 3 months treatment, probably 6 months, probably 12 months in a lot of cases, depending on how severe the infection is. And fungal infections are not that uncommon. They can also cause all sorts of other problems on your body. They can even cause things like acne, spotting, just like light redness on the skin. They can cause your skin to lose color. They're a very strange class of like infections. And because of this like sort of intelligence that they have, they make treating them actually quite difficult because sometimes I'm going to get very basic here. Sometimes they might see the medication and go, "Oh, no, you're not coming in my cell." And that means that you have to go on something else. I do want to say there is a common, what have we watched? 3 adverts. There's a common, what's the word? Like common denominator here on symptoms and side effects. I don't know why I'm getting all scientific in this ridiculous reaction video, but in case you want to learn, welcome to the studio. I believe, is it called Johnson's illness? Or what's it called? And it can happen with any medication. It is called Stevens-Johnson syndrome. So it is a reaction that happens in an individual, and there is no class of medication that is safe from this reaction. That doesn't mean everyone gets it. It's actually very, very, very rare. But seeing as every single medication out there has the chance of causing it, it seems like the symptoms and the side effects we're hearing about these medicines is going to somewhere include something akin to Stevens-Johnson syndrome problems. And Stevens-Johnson syndrome is not fun. Not fun at all. But let's continue. So here we have Mirapex. What could that be?
Ketamine and MDMA.
Every day you count on your legs to get you where you want to go.
Restless leg syndrome.
But when you suffer from restless leg syndrome, your legs
Xylem.
Even when you do.
Right.
Annoying sensations can keep you up at night when all you want to do is get some rest. Fortunately, there's Mirapex.
Oh, hooray! She's under the covers.
That helps relieve the frequency and severity of many RLS symptoms, like those irritating sensations and the uncontrollable urge to move. So your legs feel better and you feel better. Prescription Mirapex may cause you to feel drowsy or fall asleep during normal activities such as driving, or to feel faint or dizzy when you stand up. Tell your doctor if you experience these problems. If you drink alcohol, are taking medicines that make you drowsy, or if you experience increased gambling, sexual, or other intense urges. Other side effects
increase your sexual urges. My goodness. Imagine taking Mirapex and being like, I loved getting pegged.
Can I get a plate of mother's
There is actually something quite amusing in pharmaceuticals. I've said some bangers in this video. There are some medications out there that can lower your, what's the word? Your like sexual boundaries, if you like. They might make you experiment more than you would if you weren't. I mean, how many times have you seen people at festivals on a certain Madonna, Mandy, if you like. Molly and Mandy. How often have you seen two people? Perhaps one takes Molly, one takes Mandy. It's the same thing. And then they start kissing.
And they're both boys.
But they're the same sex and they wouldn't do otherwise. Maybe it goes further. Maybe they go back to their tent and have an explore. Tent? Well, taint. Yay! It is a phenomenon that happens with certain medications, and there isn't a lot to study on this, apart from saying things like, your sexual desires may increase. Now, there's nothing to say, take this, you'll be gay. There's also nothing to say, take this, you'll be straight, but those lines can get very blurred when something is affecting the way that you would usually think or experience the world. Some of my HRT girlies out there will also know this. When you transition and you go on HRT, your sexual proclivities may shift. You may still experience same-sex attraction, but it is now no longer for the sex you were assigned at birth, it's for the sex that you are becoming. Interesting.
Now, Miss O'Keefe, the flowers in your paintings, what do they represent?
Oh, wow, that's a really good question.
And ironically, it's not rare. I bet people in the comments here will have a lot to say about their own personal experiences with things like that. Which is, of course, why the joke is, of course, don't smoke weed, you'll be gay. Like, not true, but also, little bit.
Because when your legs feel better, you feel better.
Well, yeah.
You know when you feel the weight of sadness. You may feel exhausted, hopeless, and anxious.
Oh, there we go.
Whatever you do, you feel lonely.
Yes.
And don't enjoy the things you once loved.
Yes.
Things just don't feel like they used to.
Yes.
These are some symptoms of depression.
Yes.
A serious medical condition affecting over 20 million Americans.
Yes.
While the cause is unknown.
Sorry, when is this from? Over 20 million? I'm sure it's a lot more than that. As someone who has been formally diagnosed with major depressive disorder, hello and welcome. You can share your stories if you like, girly wig. Mine was directly related to my living situation and the fact that I couldn't transition at the time. Now that I am perfectly through my transition and like a decade on, even longer, I feel like my MDD is a lot more under control. There are still days where I feel like I'm carrying a black cloud. I don't think I'll ever have a normal day in my life when it comes to mental health capacity. But there are medications out there that really, really help. Of course, they have side effects. A lot of them have side effects like weight gain, suicidal ideation, which should actually be taken very seriously. Had very good experience with fluoxetine, my lovelies. Fluoxetine. So any of my fluoxetine girlies out there, you know the drill. Then the flaxine, however, worst demonic drug that's ever been existed.
While the cause is unknown,
Oh, look.
depression may be related to an imbalance of natural chemicals between nerve cells in the brain.
Yes, neurotransmitters.
Prescription Zoloft works to correct this imbalance.
It does.
You just shouldn't have to feel this way anymore.
Well, correct is the wrong word.
Only your doctor can
Works to
diagnose
enhance.
depression. Zoloft is not for everyone. People taking MAOIs or Pimozide shouldn't take Zoloft.
MAOIs.
Side effects may include dry mouth,
results from
insomnia,
MAOIs.
sexual
That's
side
what I
effects,
ate.
diarrhea, nausea, and sleepiness.
Diarrhea.
Zoloft
Hello,
does not have a
IBS.
form.
Welcome back to
Talk
the
to your
stage.
doctor about Zoloft, the #1 prescribed brand of its kind. Zoloft. When you know more about what's wrong, you can help make it right.
Okay, well, God, they love a slogan, don't they? These people are like, oh, when you're sad, come to mummy. Like, stop doing all that. I will say, I find it very strange to say things like, the #1 most subscribed wig for your woman. Like, that's irrelevant, because if it doesn't work for you, you shouldn't go and ask for the #1 and be like, oh, no. It is strange. It kind of makes me feel a little bit like the health experts aren't experts in America. You can just go and ask and be like, well, I'm sad, so maybe Zoloft? It takes a while for like an antidepressant to kick into the body. First of all, you need to fundamentally understand what neurotransmitter it is that's causing the problem. Some of them work through serotonin, some of them work through norepinephrine, and some of them work through dopamine. The dopamine ones that help dopamine reuptake inhibitors aren't available all across the world. Like Wellbutrin is one of those. In the UK, not available. However, I would hazard a guess and say that because ADHD is primarily an executive dysfunction disorder characterized by dopamine reuptake, one might suggest that Wellbutrin may possibly help people with ADHD in the UK, but no, you're not allowed it, girl. You'll get meth and that's it.
Hooray! Everyone's
Dead.
God, what a day I'm having here in the studio today, my lovelies. The therapeutic index of SSRIs is kind of, when you're talking about like a population of people, it's kind of sad as well, because it does sometimes feel like a plaster on a problem that requires more treatment than a plaster. It's one of those things where I feel like these days, you're feeling sad, you pop to the doctor, you get on a pill. Not everywhere is like this, but I feel like there is a business side, a business underside to the industry that relies on people just taking something, just paying to renew something, just taking something, anything, because that's like a refreshed income for that business, that brand, whatever. However, one might hazard a guess and say that standards of living is incredibly important. Support network is also incredibly important. Not being 1 or 2 paycheck away from abject homeless poverty, perhaps. Constantly being fed the worst opinions we've ever heard, straight to our phones and straight to our brain first thing in the morning. Constantly being subjected to the ultra wealthy in positions of power trying to make our lives worse on a daily basis so that they can increase their bottom line. One might suggest that Zoloft cannot fix any of these problems, which might be in fact a huge part of the MDD. Maybe, but I'm just a woman on the internet. What do I know? Big titty lady videos on the internet. Right, here we have Plavix.
Keeping a team of rowdy 20-year-olds in check, Bill is a formidable man. But he was no match for something smaller than a bead of sweat. It KO'd him so fast he didn't even see it coming. It was a clot.
Oh, not a clot. Oh, God, foam cells.
Related chest pain or a certain type of heart attack, what doctors call ACS, chances are you've had a clot. But now Bill's doctor...
This is scaring people at home.
Heart attack and stroke by putting Bill on Plavix. Plavix, in
Ta-da!
combination with
Looking
aspirin and
upwards
other
because
heart
that's the
medicines,
godly
helps provide
complex.
greater protection against heart attack and stroke than aspirin and other heart medicines alone by helping keep blood platelets from sticking together and forming clots.
If you have a stomach ulcer or other condition that causes bleeding, you shouldn't use Plavix. When taking Plavix alone or with some medicines, including aspirin, the risk of bleeding may increase. To minimize this
Aspirin
risk,
makes you
talk
bleed.
to your doctor
Time
before
to
taking
bleed.
aspirin or other medicines with Plavix. Additional rare but serious side effects could occur.
Ask your doctor about Plavix today, because no matter how formidable you are, you're no match for a dangerous clot.
Okay, that's lovely. Do you know one thing? One of the only lectures I was in my biochemistry degree that I just couldn't do it. There was something about it. I was just like, I cannot. I could not. I was going wheezy. I was like, I might have to excuse myself from this lecture because this is very upsetting. Foam cells.
Absolutely not.
Foam cells and plaque inside veins. Sharp objects inside the I can't even talk about it. No, I have to move on.
It's quite a lot, isn't it? Yeah, we should probably turn it off.
I said foam cells earlier. This is actually platelet clotting, isn't it? Gosh, if you take a thing that stops your platelets from clotting, you must have to be so careful about, like, what you do, because one bruise or injury could cause, like, long-term internal bleeding, or external bleeding, or just bleeding. Time to bleed. My heart really goes out to anyone who has to take any of these medications, because it's like amazing that we can have these advancements, but also it's like, can we have to start looking at cures, please? Even though I know that it's kind of fundamentally impossible without genetic editing or epigenetic editing, really, even though that technology isn't widespreadly available, and also, like, loads of people lobby against it because it involves embryonic stem cells quite often. Oh, God! Science. Winning and losing since the dawn of time. Right, what do we have now? A Detrol with Sheila Cavalier.
I want you to read chapters 5 through 10 tonight.
Oh, God. Oh, not TikTok. Ah, she didn't dance. Anxiety?
There may be a test on Monday.
No? Oh, she's off. Oh.
Saved by the bell again.
Are there any trans people in here?
Excuse me, Miss Jones? We should talk.
She's taken Ambien, hallucinating at work.
I gotta go all the time, and I'm trapped in here till the bell rings.
That is an accident waiting to happen.
Oh, she is fully hallucinating with the toilet lady.
Detrol LA. It's the brand doctors prescribe most to help calm that
gotta go feeling.
Just one pill works all day and all night. Look, at DetrolLA.com, you learn how to get the discussion started. If you've certain stomach problems, glaucoma, or trouble getting urine to pass, you shouldn't take Detrol LA. The most common side effects are dry mouth, headache, constipation, and abdominal pain. Ask your doctor if Detrol LA is right for you. Looks like she had the Detrol discussion with her doctor.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It looks literally like they've gone,
I've got a bucket of piss, sweetie.
I'm sorry, but do you know, half the problem with these adverts is it's only going to be applicable to people who might need them. It's the same thing when we see adverts. It's usually, is it those infomercials where you think, I would never need something like this in my daily life because it's not for you. So what can I think of here that's a good example? Like a one-handed knife kitchen set or something like that. Like it's not for people with two fully functional working hands, is it? It's obviously for a section of society that needs that additional help. I just think there might be a way to perhaps convey the information a little bit more gentle than a woman having a hallucinated conversation with the toilet gatekeeper.
Spending less time here. I should be so lucky.
Oh, I've got a bucket of piss, sweetie. Right, here we go. What's this? Flomax. More golfing.
Pete. 1 in 4 men over the age of 40 suffer from pee problems, ranging from difficulty getting started to a frequent urge to go, particularly at night time. Fortunately, there is now a simple and effective treatment.
Oh, she's dead.
Flomax Relief can ease all of these symptoms within 1 week.
Flomax.
Ask your pharmacist for Flomax Relief and take control of your annoying pee problems.
Flomax. I mean, great marketing there, isn't it? Do you know what? I will give this one. When you have a pee issue and you're like, I need to pee, I need to pantomime. It does feel like a little thing being like, hello, lady, excuse me, you've got to pee. Does feel like that. So I think they've actually done good advertising there in terms of it does convey how it feels in a relatable way that is like you could be sitting somewhere and you're like, I need to pay. I've just been, but I need to pay. I'm sure there are lots of people out there that can relate to that. Right, what do we have here?
All of us have
VisiCare, manage leakage.
For some of us with frequent
Sorry, hang on.
All of us have internal plumbing. But for some of us with frequent bladder urges,
some of us
doing errands also means knowing where all the bathrooms are along the way.
That's true.
The
to be
worry
fair, anyone
your
who
pipes
has
might leak
toilet
means
trouble
you don't
knows
always
that.
detour from your route.
Oh my God, not the extended.
But you can take another direction. Talk to your doctor about
he did not like that bird. How is this in any way like, oh, let's go and do that? The worry your pipes might leak.
The worry your pipes might leak means you don't always detour from your route. But you can take another direction.
Ooh,
talk to your doctor
management.
about how to take care with VesiCare.
VesiCare. For your
VesiCare
pipes.
once a day can reduce urges and may help effectively manage bladder leakage day and night. If you have certain types of stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems, do not take VesiCare. While taking Vesicare, if you experience a serious...
This is so creepy. What a creepy advert. It's like there's all robots. Oh, it probably was released around the time, wasn't it?
Tell your doctor right away. Common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, blurred vision, and indigestion.
Well done,
a chance
Mr.
to
Copperpipe.
follow a whim, not always your urges. It's not just
Leave this poor bird alone.
doctor today if Vesicare is right for you.
My God, 25. Sorry. Stop it. I need to talk about Visa Care. So $25 savings. Oh, I forget that, like, you have to pay for your medication, don't you? That must sound like such an uneducated British thing to say. If you get prescribed something in the UK, the maximum amount you can get charged is the NHS prescription price, which I believe now is £9.45. It might have gone up. But any prescription medication that you have been prescribed, you will never pay any more than the prescription amount. For example, £9.45. That's it. That's all you're going to pay. And if you get treated in hospital, you pay nothing. That is the joy of the NHS. We must save her. She is a brilliant feat of engineering. She must be saved. Stop strangling the NHS. Must say, though, when I see things being taken far too literally, like if I had leaky pipes, I don't know if I would want to be advertised about copper pipes pretending to be human, chasing a bird, doing photography and being like, I'm angry because my pipes are leaking. Is that not just like homophobia? If there was like a HRT advert specifically designed for trans women and they were like, oh, always been a woman, have you? Oh.
It's too hideous to describe.
How about you take this, girl? Yeah. Do I just whop out those old teats?
Fish out those old teats.
Like, that would make me go, no! It might just be, what's that part of ADHD called? It's like avoidance, something avoidance. What's it? Demand avoidance. There we go. Like, you should do this. No, I shouldn't. Don't talk to me. Get out of my house. It's pretty obvious that of the adverts we've seen so far, these are all aimed towards people of a certain generation or a certain age, should we say, a certain age group, which is the whole point of advertising is you find your market and you tell them all about the product. I'm always surprised at the lengths that the advertising world goes to in order to sort of like almost come off as offensive. Come get your leaky copper pipes whilst chasing a bird and getting angry.
Teats.
The next one we have is called The Finisher.
My kids call me The Finisher. Finish up in there.
Okay.
Finish your homework.
Yes.
Finish your vegetables. Something I thought I was finished with. Managing my acid reflux disease.
Oh,
I thought it was just bad heartburn.
Oh, he's been on the Ambien.
Over time, stomach acid was damaging the lining of my esophagus. She prescribed Nexium. Said I needed more than heartburn relief. My esophagus needed repair. One prescription Nexium pill a day not only relieves my heartburn, it healed erosions in my esophagus. So I don't just feel better.
How does that work?
I am better.
Heal erosion?
And with the Purple Plus program, I get advice on nutrition, exercise, even ways to save on Nexium. My doctor did say headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain could be side effects of Nexium, and other serious stomach conditions may still exist.
Talk to your doctor about the healing purple pill.
I tell him you shouldn't do anything halfway. Let's finish up.
If you're without prescription coverage and can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
That is bonkers. Imagine going to a pharmaceutical company and being like, I need help. That is crazy that has to happen. That is absolutely fundamentally bonkers. Okay, all right, shall we talk about that? I feel like heartburn is often a sign of something else happening. And at no point in that advert were we suggested that, like, other avenues of investigation should be sought first. You know, like, there's usually a reason that heartburn is happening. It's not just that your body's like, do you know what? Bloop. That's very rare that it's just like, bloop, we'll do this for fun, no reason at all. It's quite rare that happens. Usually there's a condition or a set of symptoms that ends up creating that problem. I'm surprised that they didn't say, like, talk to your doctor about seeing a specialist. Nexium might be for you. But then, of course, that's not the point of advertising, is it? The point of advertising is to sell the product. Nexium wants to be sold regardless of what your issue is. That's so bizarre, isn't it? Oh, I just think prescription adverts. No. Also, advertising has a very strange way of giving you almost like a look through the zeitgeist of the time, like a peek into history. A peek into history with this advert was, this father is not really giving help to his children about anything. He's just asking them if they finished the task. He's not actively engaging with them. He's just like, have you done it? Have you done it? Have you done it? It's very like hands-off dad. Do you know what I mean? Like, we didn't even see mum. Mummy wasn't there. Mummy was in the kitchen. We didn't see her. Mummy, mummy, mummy. Dad gets results because he says, is it done? It's very strange to look through the looking glass of history and see how things are presented. And I'm sure we're probably going to feel the exact same way about the way we see adverts now, although realistically, everything that you see nowadays is an advert. You can just spare any doom scrolling. It's like, buy this lady, buy the lady, buy her. Probably shouldn't talk about buying ladies.
Just chill out a second.
Cholesterol. It can come from fettuccine Alfredo.
It can.
But also
That's
from your
not an
grandpa
Italian
Alfredo.
dish either.
From barbecue ribs, and from your grandma Barbie. A healthy diet is important.
Are you eating, Grandma?
Adding Vytorin can help. Cholesterol comes from two sources, food and family.
Food
Vytorin
and this
treats
woman.
Two sources. Only Vytorin helps block the absorption of cholesterol from food and reduces the cholesterol
Is
your
this a
body makes
statin,
naturally
then?
based on family history. Vytorin was also proven in clinical studies to lower bad cholesterol more than Lipitor alone. Vytorin is not for
what's
everyone,
Lipitor?
including people
No
with
idea.
liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a
Unexplained
sign
item
of a
in the
rare but
bagging
serious
area.
side effect. Vytorin may interact with other medicines or certain foods, increasing your risk of getting this serious side effect. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. So eat right, stay active. But if that's not enough, ask your doctor about adding Vytorin. Two sources of cholesterol. Treat them both with Vytorin.
Okay, it's interesting that you can tell how go away! It's kind of interesting how you can tell how an advert is ending, because the way they speak kind of goes like, First of all, how dare you come for my grandmother like this? Are these, like, extras, commercial models, if you like? It's just a long list of little faces in these things being like, look at your family tree. It's all their fault. If you take this, it won't be. In my opinion, if you are having a problem, you should speak to your doctor first. Not an advert, not a marketing department, and certainly not the pharmaceutical company that might be trying to sell you something. The issue that I have with the pharmaceutical industry, we're going to get into it here today, Girlywigs, is its business. The business aspect of these things ruins everything. Business has ruined the arts. Business has ruined music. Business has ruined how we view and make content. Business has ruined pharmaceuticals, because pharmaceuticals should be there to serve a purpose of helping someone's quality of life improve. It should not be there for profit. However, I also understand that patents exist, research costs money, etc., etc. But a quote-unquote healthy population in society has a better quality of life. Correct? Am I insane for suggesting such a thing? We see business ruining so many industries right now, especially with the unequivocal desperation to include AI in absolutely everything at the cost of the working class folk. Like me and like you. Anytime anyone is like,
we sacked 300 people so that we could just bring in this AI model that still doesn't even function properly, but look at her go.
She can answer a question that Google can. Ruining it. You're ruining it. Stop trying to ruin everything. Stop it. Infinite growth is impossible on a finite resource.
Is that tea?
Right, what do we have next? Rosarem.
Hey, it's Sleeping Beauty.
Oh my God. He's been at the Ambien.
I know, we've been waiting for you. Have the chest set already?
He cheats.
Hello, Honest Abe.
Whatever.
We just haven't played for so long.
I know, I just got all this stress at
Big
work.
Daddy.
It's cool, it happens to a lot of people.
Really? Absolutely.
Don't talk to me, bait.
Some kind of insomnia, at least a few nights a week.
We just want you back.
Thanks, guys.
When you can't sleep, you can't dream. That's why there's Roserum, the first and only prescription sleep aid that in clinical studies shows no
it is an
potential for
Ambien.
abuse or dependence. Take it when you need it, stop when you don't. Your doctor can explain why Roserum is so different. Don't take Roserum if you're taking Luvox, fluvoxamine, or have severe liver problems. Avoid taking it with alcohol. Don't drive or operate machinery until you know how you'll react to Roserum. Roserum may affect some hormones. Consult your doctor about how this may
What
affect
hormones?
you, or
Like
if your
what?
insomnia doesn't improve. Take Roserum right before bed. Side effects may include drowsiness, fatigue, and dizziness.
Just talk to your doctor.
Today,
It's, a woman. It's interesting how they try and say, like, drowsiness is a side effect of taking this sleeping pill. Is that not the point? Your dreams miss you. Your dreams miss you? If that isn't, like, a bewildering darkness of a slogan, I don't know what is, my lovelies. Well, my lovelies, I think I've had just about enough of UA prescription medication adverts for one day, yes. There are plenty more for me to watch across time and space, it would seem. If you want me to do more reactions to this kind of content, let me know in the comments box below, because that was an exploratory investigation of deep, meaningful upset. Let me know what your favourite medication advert was in the comments below. What are you taking? What is happening? How is this normal? This is not normal. And with that, my lovelies, it's time for the Patreons. If you want to hop over there and join my Patreon, you will see things like The Traitors Season 1 UK. Currently, I'm up to episode 2. I also have an episode of Project Runway, and I'm adding another one as we speak, girly wigs. I also do live streams once a month over there where you can come and get to know us and the people in Patreon. And as always, I want to say a massive thank you to my top tier Patreons. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Orcus Emoji, Jojo, A Literal Pipefish, AJ Padilla, Anthony Michael Hernandez, Ashley Lisa, Auntie Sash Hazelwood, Barry Chapman, Becky Johnson, Bish and Bubs Quartz, Breakaway 87, Caffeinated Raptor, Cammy Bryan, Cataline, Seraph, Shell Herman, Contrapoints, Danny, Dr. Lula, EBBB, Eli Sowers, Heady Weddy Woo-Wah, James Asen Girl, Jennifer Herman, Jenny Taylor, Lauren Kylie, Leanne Jones, Lenore, Les Banana, Love Potion, Malfunctioning NPC, Mandy, Marzipan, Minumoto, Miranda Bryant, Mo Sherman, Morgan LeVay, Ms. Kiss, OK as Kyle, Redika Madala, Repreet, Sarah Maria, Tamail, Sarah Hook, Shanro, Sean Pelkey, Sky Dorim, Steffi Tech, TNS Mum, The Jessica Hightower, Todd Bowley, Tonima Mackers, and Windy Potato. And I think I'm going to leave it on the note of increased sexual proclivities and explosive diarrhea. Sounds like I want to marry Harry. I'll see you in the next one. Oh.